I'm from DEM 3B. My registration number is 14DM19F1008. The objective of the lab is to study about the principle of potential energy and kinetic energy. In the theory, the mechanical energy is equal to the work done on a body in altering either its position or its velocity. Three types of mechanical energy: potential energy, strain energy, and kinetic energy. Unit of energy used is Newton meter or joule. Well, potential energy is the energy possessed by a body for doing work by virtue of its position. Potential energy equals to mass times gravity of acceleration times height or distance through which body falls, whereas kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a body for doing work. Kinetic energy equals half of mass of body and velocity squared. In this experiment, the equipment used is potential energy and kinetic energy kit, stopwatch, ruler, weight and hanger. For the procedure, the potential energy and kinetic energy is set up as you can see in here, and then the hanger with the weight was hang on the potential energy and kinetic energy kit, and from the table surface the height was set equal to 51 centimeter, and the stopwatch was started at the same time when the hanger was released. The stopwatch was stopped when the weight reached the surface of the table. The stopwatch reading was recorded. The steps were repeated using different weights in the experiment.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Muhammad Irfan bin Shahrul Nizam. My number matric is 14 EM 19 F 1010. And now I will explain about result and calculation for lab 4, potential and kinetic energy. On the result table, the data that already give was mass in gram and time 1, time 2 and time 3. And also we can see they also give height, which is 51 cm, and we need to convert to meter. We need to find a value for time average, velocity, potential energy and kinetic energy. Firstly, we need to change a mass into kilogram. After that, we need to find a value of time average. The formula is total time 1, 2 and 3 divide by 3, and we could get the value of time average for every mass. After that, we go through for velocity. The formula for velocity is V equal to U plus AT. Use this formula to get the velocity value. And every mass we have get the value by using the formula of velocity. Next is potential energy. The formula for potential energy is PE equal to mass, gravity, height. The height given is 51 cm. but after we convert, we get 0.51 meter. So we apply this formula to get a potential energy. Last but not least is kinetic energy. The formula for kinetic energy is Ke equal to 1 over 2 mv square. For this, just put the value that we get from velocity into the formula. Lastly, all the result that we has calculated, we put into the table, and it show on the result table this. And as we can see, the value of mass in kilogram for all mass, we have put it for time average, for velocity, for potential energy, and for kinetic energy. Okay, that's all for my explanation for result and calculation. Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Arif Hamdan, matric number 14DM19F1012. 7.0 discussion. Through this lab, I observed the mechanical energy of potential and kinetic energy are constant and equals. As one goes down, the other goes up. All our actions have stored potential energy. Once we move, that potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. For example, when we are waiting the leader, more the energy was more because of the gravitational force. I also suggest to do every trial twice and then record average time. It must be almost same if there is no human error has been occurred. Conclusion. Our purpose was to tell the law of conservation of energy and the mechanical. It is a law, so it must be correct as we found in the experiment. We might see difference in our energy, and some of the people might be thinking the energy is gone, but that is not true because of the friction. Energy has changed the form. Energy cannot be created or destroyed.